time change. If one of your weaknesses can change or change into strengths or not be there anymore, is there anyone who can say, yep, one of my weaknesses may not be there forever? Put your hand up, go. One of them. Should be everyone in this room. Okay, keep your hand up. If two of your weaknesses could change, two of your weaknesses could change, won't stay there forever, may not. All right, last one. Put your hand up if all three weaknesses can change. All three weaknesses can change. Put your hand down. You can put your hand down. Thank you. When I say that last one, there are always a few people who can say, Nick, I have a weakness that won't change. Ready? Look at my body. Did my body change? Is it a weakness? Yes. Will it change? Probably not. Did it stop me? No. I want you to know that death comes to us all. Whether we live 16 years, 60 years, or 100 years, death comes to all. For me, whether I have arms and legs or not, I need to love my life, because life is worth living. For me, I have a faith in Jesus, and because he was a guy who could raise himself from the dead, he is my hope. I don't know what your faith is, but he is my hope that I'm going to live forever in a place where there is no death. I can't wait for that place. But there is one thing better than going home for me, is to encourage someone else. I want you to know that some of us feel like if we just had $1 million, then I would be happy. No, a 14-year-old girl in Singapore had a father who was a multi-billionaire, and I met him, and he came up to me and he wept on my shoulder. He said, Nick, I have all the money in the world that I will ever need for me, my children, my grandchildren, and their grandchildren, and more. He said, but I have a problem. I said, what's wrong? He said, my daughter, she's 14. Every time she looks herself in the mirror, she sees ugly. She has stopped eating. Help me. Money can't heal a broken heart. Money can't heal a broken home. If you're chasing after money, I'm not saying money is bad, but when you put your happiness in temporary things, your happiness will be temporary. There are so many girls who feel that they're happy with their boyfriend who sometimes emotionally abuses you. I want you to know you deserve better than that. There are so many girls who use sex to feel wanted and needed by their boyfriends because they feel complete. But sex itself is not love. You're looking for love. You can sleep with anyone you want for as many times as you want and still think, do they love me? You will know if they love you in a bad day. And then, when you don't feel that you can even give something to that person, and they love you anyway. You girls, you're beautiful just the way that you are. You boys, you the men. I was a virgin before I got married, and I deliberately did that because that is a sacred thing within marriage. And then when I look at my kids in the eyes, and I got married 6 months ago, very excited, most amazing, beautiful woman I've ever met in my life. She is going to be the mother of my kids. I shared that one sacred virginity that you only get once with the mother of my children, and I will look at my kids in the eyes and say, I waited for your mother. Isn't that love? Isn't that true love? Money, drugs, sex, alcohol, pornography, fame, fortune. Go and get drunk, but you can't erase the past. You can't numb the pain. Enough. Do not deceive yourself in thinking that one day, if you just get that, then you'll be happy. Because if you're not content and you don't know who you are today, you won't know who you are tomorrow, or who you're supposed to be. If you haven't found your purpose in loving today, you may think your purpose will never be found. I have hope. I have a lot of hope. We need each other. And that's why I love being able to be here today. I've spoken to 4.5 million people. And I've met about 100 people who decided that they would never attempt suicide again. These 100 people who felt like they had no hope. Now they see that there is hope. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what depression or oppression has come to you that at least half of you have thought of giving up. Focus on your weaknesses. Try to change them into strengths one day at a time. Be thankful for what you have. I want you to finally look at that last list. Look at that last list. Here is something you're not going to want to picture. In 30 seconds, those things are gone. Each of those 3 things that you held dear to your heart are gone. When was the last time you hugged them? When was the last time you went up to your friends and looked them in the eye and said, how are you? And they say, I'm fine. But you know that they're not fine. When was the last time you looked them in the eye and said, no, really, how are you? When you ask that second question, it communicates love. And when you communicate love, it means that you care. I love you, and I can't heal your broken heart, but I'll be with you. That's what a friend is. I can't change what's going on in your family, but I'll be a listening ear for you.